We're now hearing the rumours start up from Generation Xbox. That's right. Is Call of Duty 2026 being developed for the next generation of Xboxes? This is the latest rumours to be coming out over on the fountain of truth that is Twitter or X. There's a Call of Duty leaker and rumour and news spreader, I guess you'd call him, called the Ghost of Hope, who's been right about a hell of a lot of things about Call of Duty in the past, and he was keen to update us on the next generation of Call of Duties for the next generation of consoles in the wake of the third season for Black Ops 6 being delayed. He was like, let me share you some good news about what's coming next year, and that is that the Call of Duty being released in 2026, which would be Modern Warfare 4, I believe, is being developed for the next generation of Xboxes. This is really interesting. I'll get onto exactly why that kind of makes sense in a second, but there were some other bits that we're starting to learn about what's going to be happening next year. So not talking about the Call of Duty that's releasing at the end of this year, we're talking about the end of 2026. The big thing is that it is not being developed for the previous generation of consoles. So your PS4 and your Xbox Ones, they are not being developed for anymore. At last, hallelujah. This will be the first Call of Duty that won't be developed for the previous generations, and it's about time we let them all go. The PS4 needs to be taken out to the field and sent to the farm, you know? There will be no Warzone 3 if the coming Verdansk update to Warzone doesn't retain or stop losing players. So basically, if it continues to hemorrhage players, Warzone, they're not going to be further developing it into 2026, which kind of makes a lot of sense, I suppose. Why waste resources developing something that people are leaving? But also, what a massive fumble that'll be to go from one of the most downloaded and played games to something that is just absolutely canned in a couple of years. That's a huge fall from grace. But the big news is, of course, that the next generation Xbox developer kits are being sent out and used for this development cycle for the 2026 Call of Duty. It kind of makes sense, first of all, when you realise that Call of Duty is an Xbox-owned IP now, so it would make sense that if there was early access to development kits, that it would be for this game. It also makes sense when you remember all the things that Microsoft Gaming have said about the next generation of Xboxes. Firstly, is that it will be coming earlier than we expect, so earlier in the generation than you would ordinarily imagine, so it's going to beat the PS6 to its launch, and also that it will be the biggest generational leap in consoles that Xbox have ever done. So with the recent announcements for AMD and the AMD 9070 XT series and RDNA 4, we are more than likely going to be seeing the next generation of Xboxes using the RDNA 4 architecture, which is now out in 2025. For the consoles released next year. It all kind of ties in very seamlessly together. It's very, very logical that 2026 Call of Duty would be developed for the next generation of Xboxes. It all ties in really nicely, and if nothing else, it's great speculation and rumour to talk about, and for us to start getting excited about what is next from Xbox hardware and what we can come to expect in 2026. So you watched all of that news story and you're thinking, God, I want to see some more of that guy laughing at himself. Well, you're in luck, because the full 128KB news video is linked right here for you right now. It happens once a week over on 128KB, so click on it now, go over there and then write a little comment underneath saying, hey AJ, I like it when you're laughing at me. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but go over there now and I'll see you there.